Okay, welcome. So this is going to be a brief video before the Mexico Grand Prix that is happening tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So East Coast time, I want to say it's around 11 because it's like 3 hours ahead. So like maybe like yeah, 11. It's happening at 11 or 10, 11 or 10 a.m. Eastern time, 1 p.m. here, Pacific Standard Time, and we're gonna briefly go over the qualifier, everything that happened, and then talk about predictions. So let's start off with Q3, and we'll sort of work from there. So in Q3, in Q3, Colapinto got out. Um, I guess he was just lucky in those first few races. Unfortunately, Perez was also out P18, which is sad because it was just it's his home race. The crowd wanted him to do good. He wanted to do good, but Red Bull just keeps deciding to make a car that is the Max Verstappen car and screw over Sergio Perez once again, which sucks, but it is what it is. They're not going to do anything about it, which is so heartbreaking because this picture of him after the race that's just so heartbreaking, and I'm just like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry you have to deal with that, but damn, that's so sad. Ocon's out. Guan Yu Zhou is out, not entirely surprising. Um, also, wait, one, two, three, four, five. Yeah, Piastri also got out. He had a decent lap time. It got deleted again, so he's made the same mistake twice, which sucks. I mean, I feel like the McLarens are definitely struggling. They're not as good as they were before Singapore. Before, so they have to do something after this triple header, otherwise they're in the gutter. And then in Q2, which was interesting to say the least, a lot of bad luck. I'm not a lot of bad luck. This purely happened because of oh my god, but my Duolingo. Oh, okay. I have to do my Duolingo after this. But yeah, so Q2, Yuki Tsunoda crashed on the final sector. Um, on like the near the end of Q4, so anybody who had to go and do a fastest lap couldn't. So that caused both of the Aston Martins, Alonso and Stroll, to get out because they couldn't do their fastest lap. So that caused both Aston Martins to get out. Both Red Bull Visa Cash apps, both Lawson and Sonoda, were not able to do it. Same with Valtteri Bottas, even though I think he would have been out there anyways. But yeah, the Yuki crash screwed over a number of teams. Then we go to the top 10. Hulkenberg in P10, uh, starting P10, Albon 9. Again, I saw a lot of people online sort of be like, oh my god, Colapinto's better. He should be, like, Albon should be afraid of his seat. He's like, hold my beer, bitch. Watch me. Yeah, P8, P9. Pierre Gasly getting P8. Honestly, shocking. He's such a good driver. He got that tractor up there. Kevin Magnussen, P7. Honestly, since Toyota and the engine upgrade in the American circuits, I was expecting Hulkenberg to do it, but Kevin Magnussen putting in work his last couple of races, just phenomenal work. Then we go to the classic. You have your Mercedes; they're the worst of the best. For top four teams. P5 and P6. Russell doing 0.3 of a second better than Hamilton, which okay. I mean, I've seen a lot of people say Hamilton's washed. I don't think that's the case. I think this is purely because this is literally purely because Hamilton is just Hamilton. Mercedes is not that good, and he's doing the best that he can. Honestly, I don't think he wants to even try anymore. He has 4 races before he goes to Ferrari and takes Carlos Sainz's seat. I'm still very upset about that. If you couldn't tell, and Leclerc is in P4, and Norris is in P3. That is not good for Norris, who definitely wants to beat Verstappen by a large margin if he wants to get this championship, which it does not look like it's going to happen. Upsets always happen. We'll have to wait and see. This is a very tricky track, so we'll have to wait and see how that plays out tomorrow. Verstappen is in second, and Carlos Sainz takes the, I think, sixth pole position of his career. by a pretty good margin, to be honest. He did two phenomenal qualifying laps in Q3, both of which would have put him ahead of Verstappen. I think he has amazing pace for tomorrow, and I do think that he can take it if he can hold on turn one. So that is the top grid. We'll go over the top five again. Carlos Sainz P1, Verstappen P2, Norris P3, Leclerc P4, Russell P5, Hamilton P6, Magnussen 7, Gasly 8, Albon 9, Hulkenberg 10, and then you have the rest. So now let's go into the track grid and. Okay, welcome to the prediction for this track. So, as we said, if you let's look at the predictions, and again, the race is in like 14 hours. So let's take a look at this and make some predictions. So, this is where the track is going to start, and this is the very first sector. I expect overtaking to happen here. This is going to be a very interesting corner to see. And I forget, I think this is the stadium corner where there's this giant stadium. If you haven't seen it, it's absolutely beautiful. But anyway, we know that Carlos Sainz is in P1, Verstappen is in P2. So this straight is very important for both Verstappen and very important for Sainz. So here again, the problem he's going to have is a lot of cars are going to be able to slipstream behind him and maybe overtake him. But he's going to have to be very smart about that. So this corner is going to be crucial. And then there's another straight, and then it's the rest of this track. See, this corner is not as obviously if you watch the Austrian GP, you will know that Leclerc starting forward went to P1 right away and was able to keep that. So hopefully Sainz can prevent that from happening this time, considering he's P1, because I want Sainz to win. If it's a Ferrari 1-2, I'll be happy again, but I really want Sainz to win. But yes, I feel like these three turns, a lot can happen here. There is another long straight. So yeah, I mean, if you're watching live, you're probably not watching this, but definitely, this group of turns is going to be very essential to sort of see how each team and how each car does. I think Carlos is going to have to defend like a madman here and defend like here and just increase his gap. I definitely think Lando Norris and Max Verstappen are definitely going to go at it each other again. But we'll have to wait and see. And then, yeah, so there are two. Oh, this one only has two DRS sections. Okay. So yeah, there's 71 laps. I mean, makes sense because this is a shorter circuit. So, Max is gonna have to defend against Lando like crazy. So is Sainz. I do think Sainz has the pace and ability to overtake. But again, if the race starts here, that means the pit lane is okay. Yeah, so the audio video cut off, but yeah, considering there's a long straight after the turn. There's a long straight, and then the very first turn. It's going to be difficult to gauge exactly what might happen. Um, but we'll just have to wait and see. I think whichever car has faster pace is going to be able to keep that. Whether Sainz fumbles under stress or Verstappen gets too busy with Norris, we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, those are my predictions right before the race tomorrow. I will have a breakdown around exactly when the race ends. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see how that plays out. But I am looking forward to this race and then next race, and then sort of see whether the championship is still within hand of Norris or if it's a done deal. We'll just have to wait and see.